Street talk. Streetz is talking this shit.
I'm tuned in right now to Street Talk.
My boy Misfit Streetz.
Talk, man, he got that fire heat.
Make sure y'all get on YouTube right now. YouTube and look up Street Talk.
Y'all tune in.
Yeah, just tune the fuck in.
So we got some shit to talk about. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I said I'm on Street Talk. Hold up.
Alright, man. They canceled us. Canceled like 20 minutes. Man, they canceled us a little bit in the show, man. You know what I mean? But it definitely was like, man, a lot of support from the town, and I see we gained a lot of new people. Yeah, that's a fact. That's all you can ask for. Yo, but where the fuck is nigga at? Where'd you get? We say man, mad long though.
So what's good, Joe? My bad. Wait for my own shit.
Yes, sir.
What's good? Two of my niggas that really need no introduction. N.e.w, Wavy Red.
Yes, sir. Fresno. I go by Fresno now.
Oh, Fresno. Well, you get a many goddamn names.
Yeah, nigga. First, how you been though, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Thank y'all for coming to see.
Yeah, man. Where the hell y'all ass was at though, nigga? We just sitting down for like 20 minutes. Nigga, hold never let you know what. Hey, what you think?
But hell yeah. Oh, I ain't even do the slogan. Shit. Welcome to Street Talk, where if you love us, we love you. If you hate us, we still love you. Fuck you though. But let's get into it real quick. So, tell them about y'all. So who wanna go first?
Shit, you already know. Go by FTF, Fresno Team Out Fresh. 315 is the city I'm from. You already know. PNB, CEO, founder of that. Pretty much business, what it stands for. You know what I'm saying? Basically, coming from the south side of Syracuse. If you know me, you know where it's from. You know what I'm saying? From around that 200 area. You know what I'm saying? That Brighton area. Basically, you know what I mean? Coming up from the greasy streets, me starting off 05, I've been doing this music junk since 2005, literally. I was a DJ. Me and Cuz was started off on Rockland, spitting rhymes and joint. We're trying to rap, you know what I'm saying? Basically, but progressing our skills, took a love to the music scene and basically built it since then. 2009, I started my rapping because I always was rapping, and while DJing I used to throw my little tracks up on there just to see the little feedback I would get, and it was good feedback. So took it off from there, really took it serious and me and Cuz started doing music in the basement with his big brother Franchise. Shout out to my boy Franchise, you already know. Marty McFly. We started over there doing that, and we were just N.e.w and Wavy, basically. You know what I'm saying? I always just knew we had skills and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So just build it up till now. So now it's like, now I got PNB. I got a few artists under there, talented artists. Stacks PNB, First Lady KC, and my boy Novarachi, Wavy Red, always, you know what I'm saying, affiliated and part of the team. And we always expanding, looking for more talents, you know what I'm saying? So, but better bring your A game when you come over this way, and if you need help to progress that, we always willing to lend that extra hand and ear, you know what I'm saying, to build a talent. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically my rundown real quick for you.
Yeah, you know, my name is Wavy Red, WavyRed, WAY_V with a 3 on Instagram, you know what I mean? I try to post a lot of content on Instagram and stuff like that, but basically, you know, I'm from Rockland, you know what I mean? Grew up on Rockland, parents still live there, you know what I mean? That's the neighborhood right there, man, and you know, that's the neighborhood that made me want to start rapping, you know what I mean? My influences was like Nas and Jay-Z, period. You know what I mean? Just like I won't kid you or play with you or anything. When I make music, I still try to emulate that type of sound and that type of style with the beats and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You used to think you was old.
Man, yeah, man. You know, I really did used to walk around school like, you know what I mean, thinking I was Jay and stuff like that, man. And you know, I always liked doing music, man. Like I said, I wasn't always like I said, you gotta work on your craft, man. Like some people is talented in music, man. Some people is talented. Some people gotta work on their craft, and there's nothing but working on your craft. Cause hard work always beat talent. If talent don't work hard, you know what I mean. So like, I remember back in high school when I first started to rap, you know what I mean? It was like, it was real shaky, you know what I mean? It was real shaky, but, you know, progressed through that, smooth through that, and, you know, now it's real fun, you know what I mean? It's real fun, but, you know, easy. Other than that, you know, I came up the same way a lot of other people came up, man. We was in the neighborhood, we was chilling, went to school, you know what I mean? I went to school with Jay, went to school with my cuz, you know what I mean? Man, you know,
sandbox.
I used to listen to J rap when we was in high school, you know what I mean? And that's no lie, you know what I mean? Anybody that's in Corcoran the times when we was, you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? So that's a fact. That's a fact.
Right?
So I will be remiss not to say my brother Jay, he's a legend in this shit, you know what I mean? No matter. Appreciate you doing it, you know what I mean? So, you know, I come from the South Side, man, went to school on the South Side, still stay on the South Side. It's just, you know, South Side till I die, baby. You know. Other than that, I'm very honored to be a guest on this podcast right here. You know what I mean? Hope everybody tuned in. We just had a show at the State Fair. You know what I mean? We'll get more into that later.
Yeah,
but
let's transition to that. So how was y'all experience at the State Fair?
At State Fair, man. State Fair. Yeah, right. You know what I'm talking?
The State Fair it's a platform, you know what I mean? That's what I say, but I don't think that it's a platform that's going to, you know, I don't think it's a platform that's really going to let your music speak for you, because we got to do PG music, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna be real with you, like in Syracuse is always a fear of people fighting and violence and stuff, and they don't like us doing rap music, man. And you know, they invite artists here, they invite celebrities here that get on stage, they curse, they promote their gang music, they do their drug music, they do all of that stuff, man. But when you a local in Syracuse and you go to perform your music, man, you know you got to perform PG music, and you know that's really like a censor on freedom of speech, man. You know you can't really tell people, especially if your music not inciting violence or riots, you can't tell people, like, you know what I mean, they can't talk they talk or do what they do.
So 100% agree with you, because I'm an artist and that shit would piss me off. But to play devil's advocate, if to say like okay, like the industry people can do this shit, but they probably have a certain, that's the status that come with the status, and you have to, when you in the venue, you have to go by the fucking rules of the venue, regardless of how they want, even how much bullshit it is, even though that shit is bullshit, because I was supposed to be playing devil's advocate, now I'm about to switch up. Rap isn't even the fucking music that really incites the most violence. It was like hardcore, heavy metal shit, country, mosh pit, country too. Cause too much country, they start,
they get drunk and start fighting at the State Fair. So you know what I mean? It's like, it's just a double standard. When I say that, it's just a double standard. That's a clear double standard, because if you know the dynamics in Syracuse, then you know what I'm talking about, which is the politics that's played. You know what I mean?
But to tap back into it, it is with Syracuse. What we do need to do is I mean, we don't have like we do little showcases here and there, but we don't. We as in together fuck the side of town, but all of us know each other, and we all know we have enough power that we can put together successful events the way that we want to, and like and with that is like. You got, but I mean, but even that, we like stay the three of us, even though we all from the same side of town. It's like, just say you from the north, I'm from the east, you from the south, whatever. And then, but we still know each other. We cool. We put some shit together. We still gotta worry about the niggas that come from different sides to see us beefing in between.
That's really my last worry when it comes to it. To be honest, definitely. Because knowing your status and knowing how you carry yourself, if you know, you're gonna know what you're gonna allow. So I'm more worried about the government or the police coming to shut it down before that, because I know we can have an event and have a peaceful event.
Definitely.
But all it's gonna do is get shut down by the police before they even have to get to that, because that's what they think off rip.
That's what they think.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's ways that we could go about that though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be like, I have a like this podcast we gonna open up. You know what I mean? We have me and my partner Hassan Bloodworth. We have a non-profit organization called Rebirth SYR. You know what I mean? Really non-profit, and what we intend to do is to start throwing festivals in the city of Syracuse, not talent shows. We're trying to throw festivals, rent stages, and throw festivals to have a platform where we can really do our music, man, and peaceful. But the thing that goes with that is we gotta have security. You know what I mean? We done got too many no's in Syracuse. We done got too many. You got to do PG music because they afraid of the violence. So we got to have security. And one thing that
we're protecting the bread.
One thing that you got to do when you're doing events is have security. So you will have to, you know, if you can't reach a security team, you have to reach out to the black officers in the department and ask them to volunteer their services, you know, to their community, you know, so we could do those type of events, man.
But that was the point that I was basically just trying to make though, is that it's really on us. It's like if we show and prove, the motherfuckers can't say nothing. Right. And I'm a high believer that fucking the power is in the people completely. That's why they preach separation to every goddamn thing, because togetherness is a motherfucker. Yep. Like people just like. I always use this as an analogy, but even if you go into an open mic and is an open bar and you bring in 100 people, they know you bringing them 100 people every time. Nigga, I gotta get a cut of that. You making money at the bar, you doing something you have a power, or I won't come, and these 100 people, now you might not miss them, but them 100 people, you gonna miss that money.
You gonna miss that 100 people.
So it's like it's the power that's why I always say what I want me, like how I transition into podcasts and doing this show and rapping and doing skits, doing all this other shit, because it's like I want to build a solid fan base that'll transition everything, that'll follow everything I do.
And it's funny that he say that he need a solid fan base, because you know we all need that solid fan base, because how many shows have you been to as an artist, not just as a person, but as an artist? You've been to a show and you're rapping in front of nothing but other musicians. You know what I mean? You're not rapping in front of no general audience or the public. That's the problem. You know what I mean? That's a problem in Syracuse that we face far too often, is that the general audience don't necessarily support the music scene. Exactly. Elaborate more on that. Fresno?
Right, that's the good thing to elaborate that. But before I even get on that, but I have to touch base back on the state fair before I get off that. To flip it, even though we was PG, we still flipped it and still was able to, you know what I'm saying, by their requirements just a tad bit. Even when they seen that little tad slip, they wanted to shut it down. But the crowd loved us, you know what I'm saying, to where they just really couldn't shut us down. You know what I'm saying? So that was to show them, yo, we could come out here and still have a positive event and bring other people out here and follow your rules, you know what I'm saying, and still end it peacefully. You know what I'm saying? And have a good show.
Like I said, I think the fair for that platform.
We
you know what I
appreciate
mean?
y'all at the same time for that
I really
platform.
do. I think the fair. I think Miss Lloyd for that platform. You know what I mean? Let me get a chance to get my music off to a greater audience. You know what I mean?
Because
it's not the persons that we don't agree with. It's the rules that we don't agree with, because you know we don't think
music
that
is
our music incites violence and riots.
Music is a thing, a expression actually. If you really want, it's a way to express something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know, but people that go through a lot of stress deal with it by music, listening to music and stuff. So I don't feel like when you block a certain way, you take a lot out of that. But you know what I'm saying? As far as Syracuse scene, the reason why I've been doing this music in Syracuse, say about like talent shows and all of that, showcases and open mics and all I did that's how I built my name up, really, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Going to corner stores, really just standing at the corner store and start rapping and recording myself, and people like, yo, listening to the dude like, oh, this dude, and then just really taking off from there. But it be a lot of like when you do the shows now, it's like you like what Wavy said. You doing it basically for a bunch of artists
that do the same thing.
That do the same thing as you, and it's like we paying to rap to the same people like that doing the same thing. Like that's kind of that's where I felt like we was getting beat in the head kind of, and there wasn't nothing really coming out of it.
So I had an epiphany. Just say
I ain't seen it.
No, but just say this is where it makes sense to me because I've been off paying to perform. Like I might go do a showcase $10 here and there just to do it because I ain't did it in a while. But like them big ass 200 slots for certain shows and shit like that for like opening for certain people and shit. Yeah, but the thing that I was like, when would that fucking make sense? Okay, and I was thinking about
you can generate somebody else.
But I was thinking about like I think it's Cage. Cage dropped the Bar Founder that album. So I don't know him personally.
Shout out to my boy. Cage,
but
man.
I see him working. So like he all over different sides. He all over different sides of town. You feel me? So he all over different sides of town taking pictures, people buying his shit, and he's building shit like that. So he's gonna bring a crowd that's expecting to see him there, and then so it'll expand. Even if they like, oh, this the dude that let's go see. Like, you know what I mean? It makes sense. Like, so if I'm paying this, I'm actually people are coming to see me. Yeah. So that's where I can see where that shit it makes sense. I don't never see that shit. You might get a new fan here and there from doing that shit, but as long as I've been performing, it's like even the shows. My best shows has been out of the city.
A lot of my best shows came from out of the city, and then that's what I was saying about the
like those Saratoga shows was like lit. The Binghamton shows,
you see a better, you get a better feedback and response from people that don't know you.
And let's keep it real in the town. Even the general public think, you know, when they hear the music, you know, it's gonna be fighting and stuff like that. You know,
not to say no. I get it. You get a good response from the feedback in town, but it's like
it's the coming out part.
It's the outer part of the town. It's not the inner part where you known and know people, and that's where it get a little. That's where the shit get flexible. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say, the love level get flexible. You know what I'm saying? Or the support level get flexible because you have some people that you have. Okay, put it like this. I grew up. I'm 32, right? I grew up with fucking 500 people that I know. You know what I'm saying? From schools and everything, all that shit I know. Now let's say these 500 people, they hit me 500 times to go out to the club, right? Boom, go out to the club. It's 500 of them motherfuckers in the club, right? We all drinking 500 bottles, right? But then it'd be like my show come up. Okay, boom, but fuck that. Before my show, no, fuck that. I'm good. But before all that, mind you, this whole time, let's say 10 years, I've been doing music 10 years, and these 500 people knew I was doing music 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll be my event or my show or something, and then, mind you, out of 500 people a year
that really know you,
that really know you, that
really
be around you or something, that hit you up on Facebook and shit, share you, like this shit sometimes, not all, but sometimes, but then to see you and then
ask you about, yo, when your next song coming out.
Ask you about, next show song can come out, you be like, yo, well, I got an event coming out, boom, 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 you'll give them the information, 500 people, 500 times, and then you'll go to an event and only see 100 people.
Or less.
Now we're gonna just say 100. We're gonna use the ration like that. But that's 5 out of 1. Okay, so let's break it down to even that. So out of 5 friends that I'll be around every damn day, you know what I'm saying? Drink a bottle with, or be around, or just not even, just hit me up or want to support. That they don't really want to support. If you really, they always say you want to support on social media, and then it comes to that time to where that show comes, and then you look in and that them 5 people ain't around.
But I mean, I feel like, so I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take some responsibility for what I'm gonna say. So at a young age, I was a local fucking celebrity in a way. Like I niggas used to stop me from my CDs with my shit in my book bag and all that shit. So like I had people who were with me. Shit, my baby mother used to, I think she started being with me at the time because she thought I was gonna fucking blow up. Yeah. I was hustling at the time, nigga. I had a little, you know what I mean? Like, But then the Crown Street broke up, and I went through a little phase where I fell off, and I had to learn how to do shit on my own, and I started trying to do that, but that took time, so I lost steam with that. But then, even me, like, cause I feel like I honestly, when I think about me and my music ability, it's like, yo, I do have a outstanding fucking music ability. Like I'm not fucking average, but it's like, why don't people see that shit? Like that's the way I always have to fight with myself.
Not even about they don't see
no, but that's what I'm getting to. So it's like the people closest to you at some point. I had to, because I always try to think of both sides of shit. It's like, even if you're a magician, right, and for 10 years straight, they seen that you create fucking magic every time, eventually this thing be like, all right, nigga, you can create magic, like you magic, but how much are you getting from it, or what does it benefit me? I got a family over here I gotta take care of. I can't, so I had to think of it in that way, but it still is like, I do feel like if I had more support and more shit that I can do a lot more, and I am, the way my brain works is that I have a position for everybody. Yeah. Everybody that's close to me, everybody, even in the town, like I look at it in that aspect, and it was going to transition, this is going to transition to the questions I was going to ask both of you guys separately, is because it's like bossing up. It's in certain ways, it's like Syracuse has a thing of being comfortable with a certain level of shit, and they okay with being on somebody's side, like on the side, and it's like everybody can be a boss at the same time and be together. Like I'm fucking mafia. They all get together and discuss shit together. Some might be some little snakes in the air plotting on this nigga taking this, but at most they splitting shit. Like, all right, this is how shit is. We all fucking kings at the end of the day, and that's how we supposed to carry ourselves. But it's like we always you are big on politics and doing shit that a lot of people don't do. And you went and did your own studio shit. You still.
I'm big on just building.
So, tell me about the studio experience.
But back to before that part, before all that end, that's what I was saying. Like that's why I chose not to do here like as much as anymore, because when I went out and branched myself off and started going to other places and seeing the actual feedback and the people that didn't know me that actually started following me, actually pull up, actually, you know what I'm saying, download mixtapes or singles or shit, like, it's like, damn,
seeing the club promoter out in Binghamton tell this man to come in free guest when he wasn't even performing because he been out there so much. It's like, you know what,
guest list, whatever. But it's just about the grind.
Yeah, I feel like that's what type of time we in, man.
Like, so that's why I feel like when you branch yourself off, you just get better results. So that's what I stuck to, like branching myself off. So now I like.
So if you performed in front of Uncle Murder,
I would perform.
Drewski.
I performed in. Oh yeah, let me give you a rundown on my little background in music. I forgot about that. Since 2009, let's say since 2009, I created P&B. Officially, P&B, I would say, was created. I was running with Self-Image at the time. It was me. Shout out to Self-Image. It was me, my boy Shy Tiz, and my Fresno and Wavy Red. You know what I'm saying? My boy Shy Tiz. Shout out to my boy Shy Tiz. Very talented, very gifted artist. You know what I'm saying? Worked with him for years. You know what I'm saying? My bro right there. So when I started that. I done opened up for, I want to say 12 if not 13 mainstream artists. Mainstream artists. This was ranged from Black Ink, DJ Drewski twice, Mano, Uncle Murder.
But before I want y'all to take this from like out of anything before y'all leave, right? From what I learned, all of that is a badge of honor and all of that shit, but like a lot of the times, like people build, like you can like people take a picture with an artist and be like, okay, we chopping it up and we doing this. No, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but they do that for a clout thing when it's not really. But what is that going to progress? So you gotta build your fucking brand. Make sure your brand. Fuck them. The celebrities. The celebrities are cool, but your brand is the shit. That is the shit. Fuck and like I went out there and we showed out. We showed out whoever the fuck it was.
That's what I was saying.
It could have been from Jay-Z to fucking What the fucking bum that be in front of the expressway, goddamn, whoever it is, I show the fuck out.
You want to know what you is and who you represent. So that's where, like I said, I started off paying for shows. You know what I'm saying? And this where I knew I'm really, you know what I'm saying, what I claim and what I state. You know what I'm saying? So when I started off from 2009 to after 2014, right before I went up north, alright, boom. That's when I paid up for shows. I paid shows, you know what I'm saying? I was coming out my pocket, and anybody who was with me, we was going on tour back then. My boy Novarachi, shout out to my boy Novarachi Flo. Me and him was on a mean track. Me and him was on a mean run. We was on a mean run, going and hitting shows, city to city, hitting these shows. Like, and it took time for people to actually start remembering, like, yo, this dude keep coming out. And then it took when right before I went to jail, I got the call from the promoter from a club and asked me to come out, and they was willing to pay me. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I'm like, damn. I said, yo, and it wasn't from here though. That's the crazy thing. It wasn't from my city. Literally, it was from Binghamton. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Binghamton, shout out to the Cave, shout out to my boy Mike and all of them.
And that's, you know what I'm saying? And build, man. This just build. Whoever with you, whoever not. Because it's always, because they can. Like, I'm saying, I'm speaking, because in hindsight, I think about, I'm a real strategist. Like, I really be thinking, mapped out, like, if somebody would have listened to me here, or they would have joined me here, and we built this here, this could have happened, and I had to say, like, it didn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. They not doing this, they not doing that. What the fuck are we gonna do next, Streetz? What's next? Like, alright, so we gonna have to move. So, oh yeah, and then Novarachi, man, fuck you. He always, that's my boy, but every time he see me, he always talk about this one time, me and fucking Lil Joe squaring up in the park, and I swung, but we wasn't even really fighting, we was slap boxing. I swung, I left one out too long, he ducked under, and he dropped me, slapped me, right? You know what I mean? I ain't going, you know what I mean? I ain't going,
man, good times, man.
Yeah, I done got dropped. Even though we just play fighting, I done got punched in my face when we was really fighting. You know what I mean?
Like slap boxing, man. If you ain't grow up slap boxing, you ain't about that. You ain't about that.
Nah, but you my nigga, I'm just fucking with you.
But yeah, but yo, when it came to that joint, that's when I feel like, and it wasn't from them. Let me correct that. I forget the people who did it. But it was out in it was out somewhere by that way, Ithaca actually. You know what I'm saying? And then I end up going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Right before that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right before that shit. The day I was posted. But then when I got out, you know what I'm saying, I focused on that. I focused and knew when I came back, I never touched a city show. You know what I'm saying? It was like, fuck that. I'm gonna go out here and actually build it. And then when I went out to Atlanta, that's when I really turned up and found out like the actual feedback you could get if you really not scared to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's real different.
The difference is that normal people just come to have drinks and watch local talent.
Right.
Like it's just it's just normal. It's like they don't give a fuck. It's like, okay, if people hear that, oh, I know this motherfucker.
No, they already got preconceived notions. Yeah, like, listen. You
just have a drink and sit down and watch.
Just because you knew somebody don't mean that you know somebody. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like,
but you don't know nothing about that person. You can know a person, see a person, don't know. There's so many people that be like, yo,
there's people that spent 4 years with you that make up their mind about you. And you know that they care for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? It don't matter. You know, it don't matter. There's some people that spent 4 years with you, man, and you know, some people that just already got their preconceived notions about you already. You know what I mean? So it's just, you gotta keep fighting through it though, man. You know what I mean? That's what I learned, man. That's what I learned.
You just don't give up. You don't stop. Cause like shit, I remember back then I used to mumble rap like on some real shit and keep it real. Like my first when I really started taking it serious with the music, I ain't gonna hold you, my uncle Andre, man. I stole a rap. I was like, how old I was? I stole AZ rap. Wait a minute, it was AZ rap, and I remembered it. The song was so fire, and then I was rapping it to my uncle and joint, and he recorded me down in the basement, and he know the song, so he like, yo, stop me, like, hold on, man, this is nigga shit. Hey, man, nah, enough, man. He spitting some pain, he spitting this nigga shit. I'm like, I'm a kid at this time, so from that moment, I was like, you know what? I never be like, I never get embarrassed like that again.
That was crazy.
That was funny as hell.
See, that was crazy, man.
Alright, so real quick, so you and your political, what you think? You got it from your mother?
I think I got it. Yeah. I think both. It came from both. You know what I mean? Like I never ever thought I was gonna be out there protesting, doing politics, or helping lead marches. You know what I mean? Or starting a non-profit organization. I just wanted to rap, and I kid you not. You ask any of them, man. I just always been black power, you know what I mean? Yeah. Light skin, but it don't mean nothing, you know what I mean? I always been black power, you know what I mean? So I always believed in my people, you know what I mean? Even when they do you wrong type, you know what I mean? I believe in my people. If they ain't harm you or nothing like that, we get over anything, you know what I mean? But I felt that the community needed they adults, you know what I mean?
More the youth, actually, I mean.
Adults, you know what I mean? Because I ain't youth no more, you know what I mean? But I figured that they needed just somebody that come from, you know, where everybody come from, you know what I mean? We really from where gunshots go off, man, where people get killed, where kids get shot, you know what I mean? And killed, you know what I mean? And I thought it was important to have somebody that really live around that area. Go out there and speak up on behalf of the community, you know what I mean? And as we progressed, it turned into us starting a non-profit organization. It turned into something that, you know what I mean, I feel good about, you know what I mean? Like like take for instance, I don't know if y'all seen Styles P when he was speaking to the Common Council about where he lived at in Yonkers, you know what I mean? Or when he stopped the police from beating up a girl and stuff like that, man. You know, that's what I want to see my heroes do. You know what I mean? I want to see my heroes speak out when there's injustices with police and stuff like that. I don't just want to hear them making music and stuff like that when something really go wrong.
Like when they say just dribble a ball or rap, but no, like LeBron, that shit happens to us.
LeBron, I'm not a LeBron fan no more because he left Miami. You know what I mean? But you know, LeBron, that's my guy because he really speak up for them social justice, them events, man. And I call them events. I call them events because when it happened, it's broadcast all over TV when black people get shot and stuff like that. It's not anything more than an event. You know what I mean? And when you got people that billionaires, because LeBron a billionaire, when you got people like that speaking to the common man, you know what I mean? That's when I could really respect somebody, you know what I mean? So I always wanted to take that position because you never know where music could lead any of us, you know what I mean? And I always want to take that position. At least you hear something real from me, you know what I mean?
It ain't no fucking...
It ain't goofy rap.
It ain't no money in fucking music, keep it real. Music gets you a name, an image, and you do what with which that name and that power does. You branch off. Motherfuckers that you think making money off of music, they get money off of real estate. They done made investments. They did all kinds of crazy shit.
And it's crazy that you say that, to piggyback on what you said, because you know it's a lot of articles that come out on the Syracuse music scene that skip over a lot of artists, and you know a lot of people feel some type of way and stuff like that. And
that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Simmons, I feel like
it really ain't no, like Jay just said, it ain't no money attached to that. You know what I mean? So you know a lot of times a lot of
artists get overlooked, man. Basically, a lot of the real talent, the real talented, the real actual talent get looked over, man. I feel like
I've been on TV, the news, newspaper articles speaking about the community, speaking about you know, social justice events and stuff like that. I done had coverage out there. Everybody in Syracuse don't see me on TV. You know what I mean? That doesn't generate to, oh yeah, I'm gonna put out an album and this boss to do numbers. You know what I mean? It don't mean nothing to be on TV, to be on the news or anything like that.
But so in reverse though, because Syracuse been how we was defending it earlier. If you was to shoot a motherfucker, then you get locked up and your album come out before that shit go crazy. Because that's the energy that we do feed into some extent.
I said there, I be saying some of the same things, man.
But
like
it's like we gotta push past that. Like you said,
I feel like when it comes to the research that the people that actually run the music scene, like actually get things done out here, they don't like I was saying, like they overlook. That's my only thing with it. Like
and another thing too, about you know, just the scene and stuff like that. Like alright, so what I would say is that like it's sometimes exaggerations and stuff like that with a lot of like, you know, some type like the drugs and stuff like that, like coming from like a real artist told me, you know what I mean, like you wouldn't really talk about that if you really had them charges, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, you know what I mean.
All these niggas in the industry is fake. Everybody puts on the map. So my real philosophy on this shit is that naturally, by being artists and performers and shit, we're attention whores. Before anything, to put up with the shit that we do,
we're entertainers.
we want attention. Like that, and it's natural. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's what we are. We put on the mask because even our real selves, we amp it up a bit. Like when we performing, when we do that shit, we gotta amp that shit up. I'm laid back as shit, but I talk my shit too. But like, and then I know when to turn it off and turn it on. But it's like I'm giving you me, but it's always up a little bit. All them niggas, they done transition a long time ago. Like fucking who was it? I think it was Jeezy. He said he's at the studio with shoes off, counting money, dope around him. He said T.I. walked in that bitch, looked around, and was like, you know you can't do both, right? He's like, you either gonna take this shit seriously and be a business, or you gonna do this street shit, like, but you can't do both. And then this was like when he was like young into it. So Jeezy ain't been doing that shit for, you know what I mean? Like, but that's the image that he keep putting. Everybody do that shit. The GOAT done fucking fabricated some shit and amped up some shit. Yeah. Fucking. And then even like American Gangster is a concept album. He's speaking from a point of view with somebody else. Like, you know what I mean? All of that shit, that whole story.
That's one person I think never fabricated anything ever. And
he did. He admitted it. He admitted it.
I don't think.
He said in a freestyle. He said something about the amount of keys, and he was like, okay, it was really something, but y'all, like, it was still he amped up the number, but it was still that, and Hov probably played it back.
Well, I give Hov a pass for anything that he ever exaggerated on, because that's Hov.
That's what everybody, not every. So there's levels of exaggeration. So there's like okay, I'm gonna put this up in a little bit like okay, like for me, for example. I ain't never shoot nobody, but I will. Like, so I feel comfortable saying that shit. I feel bad as fuck about it after I do it. But I will. So I don't feel fabricated like that. But then there's where you go put together a whole fucking image of yourself and you nothing like that at all. Like, I mean, then you like Tekashi fucking ass built the whole image around him and start doing shit. But I'm gonna transition into that till that artist that they created, that digital artist that they created.
Oh yeah, they shut him down.
They shut him down. But that shit is crazy. You know why they're doing that? Because with all of these digital platforms and streaming platforms, then we can upload all our shit. Labels don't have the power that they have no more. So why not sign somebody that's digital, that a white man created, that we can create every image that he have, everything that
we're gonna recoup 100%
of everything
of them earnings.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
This shit is all the fucking game. But togetherness, bro. That's like everybody, all that competition. Like, competition is good. Like, it's healthy, but it should be still sharpening still. It shouldn't be like, I'm trying to take your fucking head. I mean, I try to take everybody's head off. But it's in a competitive way. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be the best. And I never want, like, one time, I was trying to put together a project, and I was trying to add somebody into it, and somebody was like, nah, man, if you get 8 on the song or somebody get 8 on the song, I'm blaming you. And I'm like, nigga, that never even crossed my motherfucking mind. I want to fucking, and even if I felt that way, I want to do shit with people that I feel like I got to stay on my toes.
So earlier, it's on camera, I said I'm going to piggyback on that. That's the reason why I don't really necessarily reach out to people to do features, man. Because I always feel like, right now, Syracuse is so competitive, man. You know what I mean? If you don't got a strong team that you can make songs with, I don't really think it benefits you to make songs with or pay to make songs with other artists. But you got to think about it. When I say it don't make sense to pay, because what is that going to do for you and your catalog? How many How many sales are you gonna get? Not streams. How many streams is gonna generate a sale for you off of that pay? Or you paying somebody 200, 300 in Syracuse? You know what I mean?
I already said that money should be. When we get together, that money should be put together for promotion. So since we was just talking about Hov. You talking about giving him a pass? He definitely did go nuts on that God did shit.
Man, he did what Eminem do, and people love what Eminem do on other people's beats. But I noticed when Jay did it, people saying he did it because Lil Wayne verse was.
He didn't even hear Lil Wayne.
You know what
I'm
come on, man. Come on, man.
Wayne, all of them ate.
All of them ate, man. But you can't understate what Jay-Z did. That's probably the greatest 4 minutes of rap. You feel me?
Hov just be like, I don't know, man. That motherfucker different. Like my nigga Dab Donner, shout out to him. My nigga always seems like he on the spectrum. He is. That man he retarded with his shit. Like it's like, what the fuck do you be thinking about at this age? But hey, you can't. I hate saying that because age just make you better. It made me to another thought. It makes me. It's weird. All right.
Nah, cause what you said was good, man. Cause age right there, we let ourselves date us. You know what I mean?
I was about to say that.
And no other genre do they cancel out they celebrities, man. And I'm happy that Hov, Nas, Fat Joe, all them still be making music, cause that just give you more of a lane.
I'm gonna tell you why. That happens though. So, and I can't remember. I wouldn't know the exact date, but this white lady came into some place in New York looking for rappers to recruit, and they came with the hip hop, and you don't stop, and fucking I can't remember what verse. One of those dudes stole the verse from somebody that he heard spitting it at a club all the time, and they was mad about like real hip hop people at that time. They hate that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He got it.
Rapper's Delight.
Oh, he Rapper's Delight, yeah. But I know you said, can I use your light? But so when they came and they seen rap was a lucrative business, they came and they scooped that shit up. They took control of that shit. And then after that, they started putting on popular rappers, but rap was conscious at that time.
Yep.
So they started moving them to the side, and they start, even though I love them to death, Biggie and Tupac, they were fucking pawns in the bigger fucking scheme of what was going on. That's where they wanted our music to go. Yep. We lost control of our music at that fucking moment. Like, and when that happened and we sold it, it stopped being ours. And by design, older people think more. Older people are more intelligent. You can't pull a wool over older people's eyes. So why do we need these fucking dinosaurs so that know something? And that's why young and old, like, we know they don't fuck with each other, because it's like, all right, if they get together, we teach them while they're young. Then like they, you know what I mean? Or and then the young can teach the old how to still what's new and current, how to adapt they shit.
That's why I'm happy like rappers like Griselda got discovered and put on in the game, because they mid-30s, you know what I mean? And
but
you know,
but before I forget, because my train of thought fucking sucks. But when you think about it, when they were signing hip hop artists and R&B artists, they were way too fucking young to deal with the pressure that come with that shit. Like a 25, our people our age, from 25 to our age is the right age that I feel like you should be in that shit. Like a 15, 16 year old traveling the fucking world and doing all that shit is fucking nuts if you think about it. Like, and that's when they really got like, what the fuck? They don't know shit. You don't know shit at 16. You know, I like pussy. Maybe if you lost your virginity that early like I did.
You don't even know you're getting robbed.
Yeah, you don't know shit.
Ass kissing them. You know what I mean? They was young when they got put on.
I guess, but it's more the talent.
So speaking about our age.
Well, nah, it's not even it ain't even about the talent. It's just the way to market. The kid that can rap, they want to just use that. That's the cash cow real quick. They want to use that to their advantage real fast. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense if you look at it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't. The one thing that people probably be mad at me, and I don't think I ever said this on camera, but racism, like, I understand it. Like, if you and then like even the general wealth, they always complain, well, they got general wealth, but that was the fucking smart thing to do. You can't be mad at somebody for making a smart decision. And then like, I don't understand racism to this point. because I always say you love, even though they say we're entertainers, but you know you love one of the three Michaels, either Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson, you know what I mean, or Michael Jordan. You know what I mean, like you love one of them. I don't give a fuck how racist you are. That you like them in some kind of capacity. Fuck you, you're not racist. But what I say is, you want to play attention and you running motherfuckers, and then they all of a sudden they're free. And then it's like, oh, I'm supposed to look at them the same way when I can understand that logic to a bit, and I don't ever want them to come to the same, like it's fucking sucks, it's evil, but I understand it. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't be completely like motherfucker. They scared right now. They definitely scared because we rising, we coming together as all kind of unity.
Right, but the only thing I don't understand is that I
don't understand the hatred.
We was kings and queens and stuff like that. It don't.
They
Our
erased
history
that.
don't just start by what happened in slavery.
For sure.
500 plus years ago, because we can't keep saying 400. You know what I mean? So racism is a construct, man.
Slavery exists now.
Racism is a construct that was made to keep the black man down, man. And it's just a construct. It's an institution. That's why it's institutionalized now. You know what I mean? It ain't so blatant in the streets anymore. It's institutionalized. So when you go get a job, you will never be a manager in your life.
Because they don't want us on any level.
You'll never be a manager in your life. You know what I mean? But the young kid that just graduated, who don't got no experience, he's more qualified to be a manager. But you've been working the job for 8 years. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by it's a construct. Because back in the day, it wasn't institutionalized. They had to build something up. So it was more physical, more violent. After it started being broadcast on TV. And it's still broadcast on TV, you know what I mean? But after it started being broadcast on TV back then, when they was just lynching and castrating you and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Showing you burning body on TV.
I don't understand. That's the
when
one
they
thing.
said they got to change it.
I seen a book.
The judges, the doctors, the teachers, you know what I mean? It's all in the firefighters, all that stuff is all in the construct of how America is built. It's ingrained.
They're trying to erase it now. They don't want to teach it in school.
That's why you got people like me that be putting that shit in my music. You know what I'm saying? I be just keeping it real. I just tell it how it is. You know what I'm saying? Coming through my eyes, and you know what I'm saying? Real recognize real, so you get that, and when you push that energy out, you receive it in some form. It may not be the biggest form you want it to be, because maybe I just ain't at that. I feel pride. I just ain't that. I ain't at that exposure level.
But you do what you can.
Yeah, but I know. Excuse me. I know if I was at that exposure level, I know damn well it'd be like another Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Word. I don't know. I feel like how he said earlier, how he's like, I might be light skinned, I'm still black, but I've had way too many police guns in my face and doors for me just walking to go get some pussy to say that I'm not black. Nigga, I fit every profile. How I fit this nigga profile? And he got the same colors on as me. You hear the fucking dispatch. I don't sound nothing like this nigga that they talking about right now. Like, I mean, it's way too much. I done had that way too much. Like, it's not it's any shade, any drop of fucking, any ethnic ethnicity in you, they consider you a certain kind of way. But we getting past that shit. It's a new motherfucking day.
All I would say is that it's allies, man. We got allies, man, and not everybody is stuck in that construct. You know what I mean? We protest with a lot of white people, and they help us out and they advocate for us and stuff like that. The ones that's on your side, you know they're on your side, so don't mistake that friendship for sneakiness or mistrust. You know what I mean? As long as they showing you that they're your ally, you show them that you're their ally too.
Nothing in this world is 100%. Everything has, like, nobody is completely a certain type of way. There's no group of person that's completely a certain type of way. Nothing is 100%. Something might be 95%, but nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't. Nothing is. Everything is the same way. But so, with us being older, both of y'all got girls, or y'all single?
I got one.
I got kids, you know what I'm saying? I got kids, baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Wife.
I'm single.
I got a family.
So y'all lucky, cause it's hard out here. These days, shit is different. Shit ain't like it used to be. But I ain't going. I don't want to get y'all in trouble.
I'm declining to even get to that part of the You know what I'm saying? I have a filter though, yes. I do have a filter.
When we make a little more money, we can get into that.
Level kids or whatever.
Nah. Everything is good. Everything is good. Over here, shit. You know what I mean? You know with me, you know everything is everything.
I'm talking shit. I'm only like 85-90% single, my goddamn self. But it's still that 5%. To go on a serious note,
I'm not
though,
married to my passion, so to my music. So yeah.
that's honestly like
that I love.
To be serious though, I really feel like love for me is a weird
I don't know,
thing.
if music was a person, if it was a female, I don't know. Would I be married right now?
But it's just different because I'm in love with creating. I'm in love it's hard for me. I have insecurities about if I can be in a real relationship because my first call is always music. Like right now, I got my son upstairs, but I got him for the summer going back, so I ain't gotta worry about leaving that part of my family. But if I'm dating somebody new and they like, yo, Streetz, come to California, we ain't really got no type of money for you, but he got a studio time for this nigga, and we got to hold you up here for this amount of time, I'm going. No matter what fucking job I got, no matter what type of fucking, you know what I mean? So it's like women want stability, especially at our age. So it's like I'm being like, it's an insecurity of mine. It's like, if I'm not successful in what I'm trying to be, what the fuck? I really don't know what it is. If I'm not creating, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like I work, but I hate that shit. Like I can't do that shit all my life. You know what I mean? I grind, I do all the shit that I do, but it's not fucking nigga. I don't know. I would be a depressed motherfucker if something don't fucking pop.
I mean, for me, I feel like whether I blow or not, I'm at the point like, shit, this is something I love. This is something I love, so it's just gonna, until I just find the day I just like, man, yo, I just don't want to do it no more. I just feel like I'm gonna just make music. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's just that's when I die, you know, feel me? When I go, that's go that way.
No, it don't.
When I die, that's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? You know how they say, it's always what you did on this earth. I mean, whether I ain't gotta be artist, I ain't gotta be the top artist, but I did something that normal people don't do.
That's who that's who I am at the core. Is like if you melt down all the layers is a musician, so it's like
people think rapping easy.
Yeah, that shit ain't. I dare you to try to do that shit.
Rapping ain't easy. It takes. Yo, for you to actually be able to this is one thing that separates rappers. Let me say, this is one thing that separates rappers from artists. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could try to throw words together.
Facts.
Anybody could try to throw words together and sound bad. You know what I'm saying? Because they sound bad. But to actually put words together and create, like you said, you love to create, because when you put words together and create something that actually makes fucking sense, you're fucking talented.
Yeah,
you're fucking gifted.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying? Because not only is that something a normal person wouldn't be able to do, but if you could do it within 15 minutes or right on the spot type shit and just flow with it.
Nigga, a slogan of mine is that we are superheroes. That's my belief. People that create are superheroes. Like we're X-Men. That's our talent. Like niggas, normal people can't do that shit.
Normal people can't do that shit.
And they judge.
I just believe that, you know, it's a lot of different types of music out, man, and not everything is rap, man. You know what I mean?
Not everything is rap.
Rap is when you telling a story, when you rapping about, you know, real life events, when you sticking together punchlines and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's a lot of pop music being confused with rap. It's a lot of drill. It's a lot of drill being confused with rap. You know what I mean? And we let the industry confuse it, you know what I mean? Because it should be subgenres to rap, you know what I mean? Because, you know,
different forms of rap.
You know, like now.
No, I mean, so I feel like okay, rap is its own genre, and then hip hop is the thing that rap is under.
Right?
Yeah, so like all of that stuff is under hip hop. Like yeah, rap is its own thing. Drill isn't rap, but it's under hip hop. I still put it.
Yeah, that's that.
Hip hop birthed
all
rap.
that.
You know what I mean?
Because hip hop is
Out of rap, it came gangsta
breakdancing,
rap.
it's all of that shit.
Out of rap, it came
Graffiti.
gangsta rap. Because remember, Rakim didn't used to curse in his raps. The first ones I did was n.e.w. You know what I mean? So it was rap, then gangsta rap. You know what I
By
mean?
nature, and it was more on the political and them side. If you want to think
It was
about
rap and gangsta rap. And then off of gangsta rap, it became like horrorcore, you know, which was Big L and them, with Big L. Well, rap
Big
was,
L.
he hip hop though, you know what I mean? Because he
Big
was
L
conscious, you know what I mean? KRS was hip hop, you know what I mean? But, you know, rap just got a lot of sub-genres, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with making any of those sub-genres, but when it comes to, like, rapping, rap will always be what Tupac, Big, Nas, Jay, well, all those people, AZ, all those people did. That's rap. You know what I mean? And
You ever realize that, like, it hit me one, like, only, it probably was like last year. It's like, yo, I'm older than Big when he died. I've been creating music probably longer than fucking Biggie did. Like that nigga didn't get to see his fucking potential. Like, and that Biggie was my favorite rapper. So I'm gonna tell you, it was Biggie, and then I always fuck with Biggie. Then I found Joe Budden at a younger age, cause Joe, like, I found that, like, Joe's similar to me. Like, I'm like, oh, this nigga talking about his real life shit, man. That's all I do. And then I got more into him. I'm like, oh yeah.
Joe.
But I can never.
Shout out to Joe Budden.
But you can never,
podcast.
man. I can't, cause I feel like as much as I love Joe, he did Rory and Maul wrong. But Rory and Maul, they bounced back. They bounced back.
Shit happens.
And shout out to Damaris, cause she helped put that shit together.
I don't know if Joe. I don't know if Joe did them wrong much, cause he's the owner. He's the owner of that brand.
But
know
you
what
gotta
I mean?
always. He wasn't wrong at first. Like, I was with him at first. I'm like, yo, why would they do that? I didn't see this coming. And then once I started looking more into it, you gotta understand, like, you can't.
But if you own something and then two people say we just need an equal half,
they built that shit up with him. His name ain't just built. He didn't just build that shit by himself.
Yeah,
and then like the tour, they really got.
If them two would have started a podcast first without Joe Budden, it would have went nowhere.
No, that's a fact.
It would have went nowhere.
Yeah, that's a fact. But you still.
Joe Budden built that podcast.
So it wasn't called Joe Budden Podcast at first. It was called. We'll name this podcast later.
Yeah.
And then once they got picked up, because they were then when they started doing live shows too, it was like they was doing like speed dating.
I'm not taking away anything from Rory and Maul, but
so,
when it's business,
I feel like
it's not. But not family and business. Man.
Yeah, no, but especially Maul, especially they built that. Like, I wouldn't have did that. Like, if you need more money and we building this, fine. Like, I got money. Like, it's not like he rich already and they not. And he did turn down deals that would have made them rich, and they followed him. And I had a similar experience, so I'm not gonna go too in detail. But I worked with somebody musically a couple years ago that I shouldn't have, right? And well, I ain't gonna say I shouldn't. I had good experience with it. Like I did. A lot of people told me like, why are you doing this? Why are you there? You not on your level. He's not this. But I believed in his vision and people in the support and all of this shit. So I tried to bring him on something that I was building, and I feel like he undercutted me and then tried to like kind of take what I was trying to do, and then it wasn't going along, and trusted me in my vision and what I was doing. And it's like, but I trusted you. You know what I mean? And then it got whatever we did, got whatever, and then we here now. So I'm asking you to trust me and some shit that I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta and even in that aspect, I'm not gonna say people can say what the fuck they want to, but I had a good time when I did it. Some good shit came out of it. It wasn't. I wouldn't change it if I go back. You know what I mean? But it's like you gotta.
I don't have good. I mean, you go through them times because I don't have good. I had put things that I thought, you know what I'm saying, that or could have been actually good, but in the long run would have been not good. So it's like it's just probably that. It's probably like what them joints called, what them weights called like that. You know what I'm saying? But the triple bins is like that. You gotta weigh the odds, kind of basically.
So I would never. But somebody that's with me and support me and then my vision, I would never.
Yeah, as far as that, though, they grinding with you. I feel like if you put that grinding with me and something like that, then it's only right. I mean, that if you a real person though. So I mean,
you gotta be realistic.
Person. Business, even with business,
you own the label.
Yeah, it don't matter.
You own the label.
That's like when let's say I own we own the label right here, right now in this house, and then 5 years later we still right in this house, and then one day we blow just because
you're going to be entitled to
there, but every day
because people are signed under your label. But what's gonna happen when they say, "Yeah, I deserve this much," and then you be like, "Well,"
you would have to add it up, equal it out. Yo, it's really there. Like yo,
so then when you add it up, and then you see that if I replace these two, my podcast is gonna be exactly where it's at.
Because of what they built, though.
Because what they
helped build.
Ice is two different personalities.
No, but they helped build, and a lot of people left. I haven't watched Joe's podcast.
Yeah, I ain't watched that.
But what I'm saying is, he has faithful. He's gonna have faithful people that stay with him. But
I watch Rory and Maul.
But they helped him build that fan base, so they are gonna stay. Right. So it's still in a way.
But at the end of the day, and then it's another important thing. It's not good to have different managers, man.
Yeah.
It's not good to be under one umbrella and have different managers. I'm sorry. Yeah. You're not gonna have to agree on one manager that's gonna get your numbers right, or that you can talk to that's gonna keep everything copacetic. Because then you got y'all can go off and do this. You know what I mean? And if you and Maul do this, then this show go. You know.
Because with me, I don't know. Like shit, it's just not about money for me. I probably would be further if I was more money hungry. It's just not. I don't care about the fucking money. It's like what we can build that's gonna last. Like I Googled. I was trying to.
I would say it's talk to the locks. If you ever got in a game as a team, talk to the locks and see how they do they splits. Not solo. See how they do their team splits.
Word.
Because that's a team that never broke up because of financial drama. You feel me? You feel me?
Alright, so
that's a fact.
Yeah, so we gotta wrap it up soon. So let's talk about your upcoming projects.
Shoot, okay, well, we just dropped, recently just dropped?
I just dropped my debut, Tidal Wave, you know what I mean? 10 tracks, 10 hard-hitting tracks, you know what I mean? You know, I only had two features on the song, which was Fresno and w the Villain, you know what I mean? Tidal Wave, good reception, you know, on Spotify, iTunes, you know what I mean? Already under a month, nearing 1,000 plays on both platforms, you know what I mean? I would say before then, I will always go on a rant about how nobody, you know, supporting real music or whatever, but you know what I mean? The numbers showing me that, you know what I mean, that I had a good, successful album that people listen. People actually listen, wanted to see what it's about, you know what I mean? My #1 song charting right now on iTunes is Gospel. My #1 song on Spotify is Options. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna say this too. Good fucking marketing for a rollout is good because you rolled it out with the hanging mic shit.
Check all them out.
So I don't want to. I ain't gonna let it.
Then you know what I'm saying? I dropped Most Underrated, which is, you know what I'm saying, out. Streaming on all platforms. Make sure you check that out. Fresno T-Mail Fresh or FTF. You can check me out on Instagram at The Real Fresno 315. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on all platforms. Most definitely check out all my videos. New projects that we got further going. Well, Most Underrated, actually, let me talk about a little Most Underrated just to get y'all to know something about it. Because this is my second project. You know what I'm saying? My first project was Fresh Out the Pot. I dropped that back in 2019, 18, I think, 19.
Well, check that out.
Make sure you check that out. You know what I'm saying? That was hard, but Most Underrated came from a different aspect, as showing you the real artist side of me. You know what I'm saying? Going through the history, the life of me. You know what I'm saying? Most people, when you listen to songs, when you listen to a project, it's everywhere, you know what I'm saying? It's this, that, but when you listen to it, it take you from the beginning to where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? So if you listen to it, my highest streaming song, I think right now probably Mission featuring Wavy Red. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check that out. Produced by my man's Temper Beats. You know what I'm saying? Fire. Also, Trap and Rap, which is a club banger. Check that out. And then we got Past Tense, which is more on the personal side, where it's coming from me coming up as a kid and going through my struggles, you know what I'm saying? Because before you see this dude right here in front of you, I ain't have it all, you know what I'm saying? I was messed up. I was on my knuckles. I was coming up, going through it as a kid. And that just talk about that, from coming up from nothing and coming straight up from the mud and doing everything on my own and being standing here right now in front of you, you know what I'm saying? And the project is great. And then we got getting ready to drop called Well Connected.
Well Connected.
Well Connected is
Volume 1,
phase one. That's a project we did from here in Miami, because we recorded a lot of it in Miami, in Fort Lauderdale, down in Green Vines recording studio. Shout out to Green Vines recording studio. My boy, a brilliant one. You know what I'm saying? My man, the brilliant one. Behind that mix on that, that's gonna have a lot of good tracks coming from it. What, 12 tracks? 12 tracks coming on that one. You know what I'm saying? Fire.
So Well Connected, our joint album is really gonna open up the sound a little bit, because you know, on these first two mixtapes, on these mixtapes, I don't think we really gave them I don't think we gave our female audience the proper attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not a lot of girls.
But on this joint album and from so on and so forth, you know what I mean? We opening up. We opening everything up. You know what I mean?
For y'all, man.
Opening everything up.
Get on the real versatile level. But the whole team actually been working too, you know what I'm saying? KC.
You
know what I'm saying? She just
dropped
a fire video.
I should probably got like 10,000 right now.
Girl KC, that's the first lady. Yo, the whole squad is family.
Stack.
And if y'all ain't know, the whole squad, the whole PNB team is nothing but family. We all blood. We all real family like that. So that's crazy. She just dropped Shots Fired. Make sure y'all check that out. My man Stacks, he working. He still got perfect picture on the way.
And he got a show at the fair Sunday.
Show at the fair Sunday on the 4th. So y'all make sure y'all pull up and check my man Stacks out also. We got a lot of other stuff coming too. I got Most Underrated Volume 2 getting ready to drop, and Fresh Out the Pot Volume 2 already done. These projects are already done, just sitting. I mean,
I'm thinking the Tidal Wave to a Wavy Season as my next solo. You know,
I know I have to progress and take it to another level as an artist and upgrade and stop recording with artists, other engineers, and learn the craft myself. So yeah, I invested in, bought myself and put a whole studio together. You know what I'm saying? PNB Recorded Caves. That's where all the further music is being made. It's being engineered by me. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to PNB Recording Caves and Sal from Red Records. Those are my two engineers right there.
You know what I'm saying? CK, also my man SB also been directing me on how to learn. I took classes on that, so you know what I'm saying? That's another point that bring me back to what separate a rapper from an artist. Cause I feel like an artist that knows how to do it all, I mean, he a complete package. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be.
You know, you gotta be that these days.
And I'm gonna get these niggas in the studio with me if I gotta drag.
You about to get bro up in that thing. Yeah, we got a hit coming too. So you know, I got
an open verse.
Yeah, send that shit.
Wavy, you gotta have Wavy, Tidal Wave 2 on the way. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be a lot. 2023 gonna be
Wavy Season. Tidal Wave 2 might be called Wavy Season. It might be Tidal Wave 2 Wavy Season.
Word. Reason why a lot of this stuff was pushed back because like a lot of shit was going on.
Also, I wanted to do not to cut fresh off, but I was thinking about doing a free project too, like for that Piff. You know what I mean? The best of. You know what I mean? Because if you go through my Facebook and my Instagram, really check me out. I really be spitting on tracks, on industry beats, all that, man. You know what I mean? Blood Money 3, The Locks Recognized, you know what I mean? Drake, Western Road Flows or whatever, you know what I mean? I got a lot of material, man. So I was thinking of putting together that free thing to keep y'all entertained after we dropped Well Connected. You know what I mean?
What's the last video you did when you was in the church?
Oh, lemon peppers. Oh yeah, make
I
sure it's featuring my boy Swerve.
I ain't touched that shit for mad long because I'm like, I don't even want to go.
Yo,
My boy did his thing.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Not to say, yeah, not to cut you off. Yo, that's one of the best. That's one of the best freestyle remixes in the town.
That's a fact.
That song, that I feel like that track is better than the actual song. A lot of other people felt that way too, but we're not gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's my opinion. But yeah, make sure y'all check that out.
Drake?
But yeah, hear that. Yo, but like what I was saying
Fucking
before all that, a lot of stuff happened. Like right after that video is ended up passing. So your boy had went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? So a lot had went back and like it got lost. So now that I'm back in spirit and she right here for me. Now this is where the game's about to really get interesting because now it's time to really push for it and show people. So we got a lot coming. Yo, definitely salute to being on the podcast, my boy Streetz. You already know.
It's only part one.
That's a
It's
fact.
only part one.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring y'all back when y'all about to drop that next shit.
Well, we definitely come back, yo. Y'all make sure y'all y'all go check out them platforms and check out them mixtapes.
Make sure y'all get on the podcast. It's season 2. It's season 2. You know season 2 gonna be bigger than 1, man.
These might have the whole squad up there.
These might as well be fucking thrones right here. These three games you looking at right now.
Let's go.
Y'all make sure y'all check out that Tidal Wave.
Season 2.
Y'all make sure y'all check out my boy Streetz and these podcasts. About to flame them shit. Part 2 coming soon. You already know. P&B, FTF, man. 315. What's good?